So back in May this year, Crocs has teamed up again with Salehe Bembury to give us their first release for a pair of sneakers. But somewhere around the mid of September, at least here in the UK, we also had the second colorway being dropped. So in today's video, we're gonna have a look at that one. Hello guys and welcome back for a brand new review. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and also giving me a like. It will really help out the channel. You can also give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok to see exactly what I'm gonna review in the next few days. As I said earlier guys, in today's video we're gonna have a look at the second colorway being dropped for this collaboration between Crocs and Salehe Bembury for their first pair of sneakers. So let's go ahead and start with this very interesting box guys, which as you can see it's quite big. So for this one we're gonna have this semi-translucent lid which will have on top written Crocs and Salehe Bembury. And the actual box will come in this brown color, which will have written at the front the Crocs Juniper by Salehe Bembury. We're also gonna have your logo of the Crocs and Salehe Bembury on both sides. So this is something usual coming for this collaboration anyway. So let's just go ahead and take the shoes out guys. So in today's video we're gonna have a look at this very interesting looking pair of sneakers coming from Crocs and Salehe Bembury. And this one will be the Juniper in the Tahini colorway. So as I said earlier guys, back in May we had the first colorway being dropped for this release in that guava one, which for sure at least at that moment was looking quite interesting, but the more I was seeing it, I wasn't that big fan of that colorway. So for sure I was looking forward for a second colorway, which I hope that it will be much nicer, which in my opinion it actually is. So that's gonna be the today's color, which is called the Tahini, which is a lot toned down comparing with that first guava colorway. So this one dropped somewhere around the mid of September here in the UK for the retail price of £135 or somewhere around 145 US dollars. And from what I've seen, this one it's still available in few retailers, so I guess this colorway it's not as hyped as the first release. Nevertheless, I managed to get this one after a couple of weeks. The first time I actually took this one as a recommendation from other YouTubers in my true to size, which was just huge, and the sizing which I actually needed was sold out for at least a week or so. But I finally managed to get it in guys, and for sure this one straight out of the box it's quite heavy. In case you managed to take the slides from this collaboration from Crocs and Salehe Bembury, you know what I mean. This one for sure has a very interesting design and some different material than what I was expecting, but for sure this rubber shell for this midsole will add a lot of weight to this overall shoe. For sure it's nowhere close to any other releases coming from Crocs, if it's gonna be a collaboration or not. So with that out of the way guys, let's go ahead and also do a small breakdown of this one. So as you can see for this upper guys, it seems that we're gonna have just two materials if I'm not mistaken. One of it will be this rubberized material which feels like a TPU, at least here in the midfoot where it's gonna be slightly a bit thicker. So this one will also have a very interesting pattern on top. And underneath this rubberized material, we won't actually have any padding or lining. As you can see here at the front of the shoe, we're also gonna have these perforation holes on top of the toe section, which for sure will give it a very good breathability. Then in the midfoot, we're also gonna have these perforation holes in this material for this lacing system, which will keep in place these flat cream laces. And underneath these laces we're gonna have this very breathable mesh material, which is actually sewn to this TPU material. It's gonna be sewn just below this lacing system and all the way to this collar section, where we're also gonna have some extra padding. but inside, as I said earlier, we won't have any padding or lining whatsoever. So here at the lacing system, we're also gonna have this extended tongue section, I would say, even though this one will be like a one-piece construction. We're also gonna have this very nice tag with the Crocs, Salehe Bembury and Juniper lettering. Then continuing in the midfoot, you can see that we're gonna have this stability rubberized extra material in this cream color, which will be available on both the medial and lateral side. But on the medial side, we're also gonna have written Crocs and Salehe Bembury on top. And finishing here at the back, guys, for most of this heel section, we're gonna have this perforation holes in this TPO material, which yet again will give it a very good breathability. We're also gonna have this pull tab as well. So going now inside of the shoe, as I said earlier, at least here for the collar section, we're gonna have some extra padding, which has a very nice material in this cream color. But just below this collar section, no material, no lining, no other material rather than this TPO plastic. So that will actually take us now to this foam insole, which actually it's not removable. And I think that this is the actual foam which you can see through this rubber shell for the midsole, which will have your normal standard design inside, which will give a bit of massage. We're also gonna have written Crocs and Salehe Bembury. So for sure this one, it's actually quite squishy underfoot and it will give a very good level of comfort. So now guys, we can go to this very big rubber outshell for this midsole, which will come in this yellowish color, which is actually quite thick and it's looking quite massive, I would say. For sure this one will add that extra weight. Even though this one is quite flexible, for sure this one is quite thick and it will be quite noticeable. The design will have the same pattern as most of these releases coming from Salehe Bembury with his fingerprint. In my opinion, this one is looking quite nice. It will also wrap this heel section. It will also stick out a lot on the lateral side of the shoe. We're also gonna have this rubberized material covering the big toe as well. So that will actually take us now to this rubber outsole, where we're gonna have this fingerprint from Salehe Bembury. But yet again, yeah, this one it's quite thick, so for sure this one will add some extra weight to this shoe. As in for the actual sizing, guys, as I said at the start of the video, I went with the recommendation from another YouTuber, so I went with my true to size. But that one was actually quite huge, so after a week or so I managed to get this one a full size down, which everyone is actually doing in all of these releases coming from Crocs. And that one fits me actually much better, even though this one still has a lot of room here at the front of the shoe on top of the foot. This one lengthwise fits now actually quite good. So for sure guys, if you're gonna go for this one, you need to go with a full size down comparing with your normal sizing. So overall guys, this latest color combination available for this Crocs and Salehe Bembury, in my opinion it's a very interesting one, which yet again will have a very distinctive design to it. For sure the materials for this upper are much different, but in the same time I appreciate these materials as well, where we're gonna have very good level of breathability at the front, in the midfoot and also at the heel section. But the only downside guys is that these ones are actually quite heavy, and I guess it's gonna be mainly because of this rubber midsole and outsole, which is actually quite thick. But in the same time, this one will have a very good foam material inside, which for sure will give a very good level of comfort. So overall I would say that this one is a very interesting looking pair of shoes coming from this collaboration, which will also have a decent amount of comfort. But you shouldn't forget that you need to go with a full size down. But I would say that at least comparing with that first colorway which dropped back in May, this one is much more wearable. So yeah guys, this was my unboxing and reviewing of one of these latest color combinations available for this Crocs and Salehe Bembury Juniper. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button, maybe also subscribe to the channel. You can also give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok to see exactly what I'm gonna review in the next few days. Of course, if you want to have a look at any of my latest reviews, you can choose from any of the videos which you have now on the screen. And as always, I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching!